The beauty of aesthetics is that it's a universal language. It doesn't matter what country you're born on, what language you speak, anyone can appreciate aesthetics. Hey, my name's Jeff Seid. I'm an American actor, entrepreneur, author, bodybuilder, and model. So I grew up in Seattle, Washington. I'm German and Swedish. I moved to Los Angeles when I was 19 years old. I've been living here for about 6 years now. I'm loving it. But pretty much on my 11th birthday, I asked my parents for a weight set. And luckily they're very supportive. They bought it for me. And it was kind of funny, like when I'd be working out, just in my room, I'd have like some 20-pound set of like dumbbells, a little barbell and stuff. And I didn't know what I was doing, but I did it because I loved it. I would just work out in my room maybe 4 days a week. I was pretty young. I didn't know what to do, what was going on. But after that, it just turned to a passion of mine and I fell in love with it. Yeah, I think one of the biggest things that helped build my character is when I started wrestling when I was very, very young. I was 8 years old when I started. My parents were very supportive with that, and they were hard also on me. So they would be always pushing me. My dad was very, very strict with my training and everything. I mean, he would have me doing my cardio before I'd go to school, and then let's say I'd be cutting weight for wrestling weight class. It was tough, but I feel like it helped mold me into who I am today and build my character. It doesn't really matter, what you go through, struggles in your life. It's gonna help shape you as you get older. So after I tore my ACL, my final season of football, all my dreams of becoming a professional athlete were out the window. And it was definitely very, very devastating, but it actually worked out in the end because all my years of weightlifting helped me become an IFBB professional. So my dreams of becoming a professional athlete actually worked out in the end because I became a professional bodybuilder. When I first started working out, I didn't really know anything about the fitness industry or bodybuilding. So I just admired physiques I'd see in movies and everything like that. Arnold's physique definitely stood out a lot to me. When I was 17 years old, I'd been working out for about 6 years at that point. I'd built a pretty good physique by that time. There was this one lady in my gym called Tangi Johnson. She was working out at the gym, she saw my physique, she was admiring pretty hard. She recommended that I compete at her physique competition going on in Washington State. Competition name was Tangi Johnson Classic, so I decided, why not? I'll give it a try. So I went, competed, won the overall, and started competing across the country. It was definitely a very exhilarating moment in my life when I became the youngest IFBB pro ever. I just turned 19 years old. So after winning my pro card at Nationals competition, the Mr. Olympia was having the first ever men's physique showdown in 3 months. So my new goal was to compete at the Mr. Olympia. The only way to do it was to win a pro show. There was 4 more pro shows going on, and there was only about a month and a half left of the season. So I did every single pro show I could. I traveled across the country, again, using up all my money to travel around, compete in all the competitions. But when you have a dream and a goal in mind, money is not a factor. So luckily, the last competition of the season, I won the pro show and I qualified for the Mr. Olympia. I started out, my first YouTube video was in high school. So I was a senior in high school, 17 years old. I saw a bunch of other people on YouTube doing that, and I'd already been training for about 6 years at that point. So I figured, these guys are doing it, why can't I do it? So it was just, uploading kind of fun content, partying footage, or working out in the gym, things like that. And it just kind of took over from there. So initially it was just to have fun, and then it turned into a passion of mine. When I was younger, let's say 8 years old, I was always very ambitious. Like I mentioned earlier, I wanted to be a professional athlete, but I also wanted to be big ambitious goals, like being president of the United States and being a professional athlete, bunch of stuff like that, So I was a young kid, dreaming big. When I was in middle school and high school, I took drama class. I was always kind of involved in acting, and initially when I was just doing it because I kind of liked it, and it was an easy class to do. I never really thought that I would become an actor, so it's kind of interesting to see how everything played out. My most recent movie, Commando 1944, I starred as one of the leads in the movie, and we've qualified for the 2020 Academy Awards live action short Oscars. It's going pretty good, so we're going to be probably shortlisted in a couple months. I'm excited to see that. Luckily, living in Los Angeles, there's always something to do. It never gets too boring out in the city. They relax, they just hang out with some friends. Luckily, LA always has good DJs coming out, so we got the best DJs in the country, in the world. So always a good party to go to. Let's see, if I'm getting tired of the industry, then I'll just go up to Washington. It's a quick flight away. Go hang out with my family or something. Or I'll take my dog out to go hiking, go up to the mountains up here, or go to the beach or something to hang out. Honestly, I don't really take too many breaks. There's always a lot going on in my life. I don't want to take a step back and miss something. Throughout my life, I've had many setbacks and struggles that put me back, but I've never allowed it to set me back and slow me down. I feel like a true champion is not someone who never fails, but someone who never quits. And that's one of the biggest characteristics of being a champion, is you never give up. We got round 2 for the curls. We're gonna finish off some 21s. Trying to get out of here. Set.
I don't want my shoulders popped up. Not that fast, okay? At first. So like, not that fast, okay? Alright. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
Oh shit.
That blue was more than
Like a stalemate, bro.
When do left arm? I'll try it again. With right.
Nah, we're good, bro.
Like,
Don't break anything.
don't break the arm.
No way.
Wow. One day.
Good, bro. What's up, guys? So I know it's been a while since the last YouTube video, so figured I'd do a little update video for you and kind of talk about what I've been doing since the Stockholm Pro. So Stockholm Pro won that competition 2 months ago, and that qualified me for the Mr. Olympia, which is in September. So I decided that I needed to put on some good size till I started for the
Ooh. Just watching some, just about to have a fap over some videos of Jeff. Damn, he looks good. Ooh, damn!
What are you doing, faggot?
Holy crap, what the hell? Dude, it's not like that.
going on
I swear to
in
God.
Oil me up,
Very
boys.
serious fitness shoot today.
Behind the scenes. You
Very serious fitness shoot, and you know I'm directing this thing, so this is the. You gotta feel good. You
Perks
gotta
of
look
aesthetics,
good.
baby. You mad, rap? Oil me up,
Very
boys.
serious fitness shoot today.
Behind the scenes. You
Very serious fitness shoot, and you know I'm directing this thing, so this is the. You gotta feel good. You
Perks
gotta
of
look
aesthetics,
good.
baby. You mad, rap?
How do I flex? You want me to just show you that?
true champion is not someone who never fails, but someone who never quits. One of the biggest characteristics of a champion, never give up. I am Jeff Seid. I am Team My Protein. The beauty of aesthetics is that it's a universal language. It doesn't matter what country you're born on, what language you speak, anyone can appreciate aesthetics. Hey, my name's Jeff Seid. I'm an American actor, entrepreneur, author, bodybuilder, and model. So I grew up in Seattle, Washington. I'm German and Swedish. I moved to Los Angeles when I was 19 years old. I've been living here for about 6 years now. I'm loving it. But pretty much on my 11th birthday, I asked my parents for a weight set. And luckily they're very supportive, they bought it for me. And it was kind of funny, like when I'd be working out, just in my room, I'd have like, you know, like some 20-pound set of like dumbbells, a little barbell and stuff. And I didn't know what I was doing, but I did it because I loved it. I would just work out in my room like maybe like 4 days a week. I was pretty young, I didn't know what to do, what was going on. But after that, it just turned to a passion of mine and I fell in love with it. Yeah, I think